Earl, sack that fool. Hit him, 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 hit him. Smash him up, watch that move. Went too swift, can't catch these dudes. Hit him, 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 hit him. Listen, 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 hit him, listen. This Eagles talk, this talk Eagles. Philly bleed green, it's from your people. Fly, Eagles, fly. Let's peep the squad. Big Pat shelling, Dante the dark child. Drop the stats on him, drop the facts on him. Spur King, baby, let's get it on.
Hey, fam, it's your man Dante the DarkKnight, and welcome to Eagles Talk Upon Further Review, where we recap the Eagles' previous game, which was against the Detroit Lions Sunday night, where our Philadelphia Eagles came out victorious 16-9. Great game, great game. We took down another top contender from the NFC, and it gives us like a 51% chance of finishing as the number one seed in the NFC. This is a great thing because most number one seeds is the percentage of the number one seed making it to the Super Bowl is very high. And that's because they only have to play 2 games and they're 2 home games. So it's a great advantage to be able to lock up the number one seed, and our Philadelphia Eagles are sitting in the driver's seat of that happening if we can finish off the season just as strong as we started it. 8-2 is a great start to a tough year. We talked about our schedule, 11 games against previous year's playoff teams. Now, not all those teams are as successful this year as they were last year, i.e. the Commanders. They were in the NFC Championship game last year. This year, 3-8. So some of that's changed. But we had a difficult schedule coming into the year, and we've handled it admirably, more than admirably. The defending Super Bowl champions, 8-2, having faced some tough competition. We faced mostly all of the top contenders in the NFC, except for one, the Seattle Seahawks. But we faced the Rams, the Packers, the Lions, Tampa Bay. Who else? Who else is there? We faced them all. In Kansas City, we faced them. Their home, our home, didn't matter. We wound up victorious. So we're doing an excellent job. The offense, another story. But before we do anything, let's get this first quarter started. So you're watching Eagles Talk Upon Further Review, and here on the Eagles Talk, we like to talk about our favorite football team, that is the Philadelphia Eagles. We do so in such a relaxed manner that we enjoy our favorite adult beverage in the form of shots. Oh, darn, I don't have anything. All right, Pat, what do you have? I know you have the triple,
brand new bottle,
a brand new bottle of Jameson triple mash. So that's what he'll be doing. I'll be faking it. I don't have anything right now, but you guys, let me know what you guys have. Let me know what you guys are drinking out there, and let's take a celebratory shot for our Philadelphia Eagles, 8-2 Philadelphia Eagles. Get the soundboard ready. All right, here we go. So everybody, raise your glass to our Philadelphia Eagles and down the hatch. 3, 2, 1.
You're now listening to the first
quarter. One thing I didn't mention in all this is the talk of the town.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Which is a report that was given by Derek Gunn and who's Diana Rossini, have reported that there's some turmoil in the Eagles locker room. Some anonymous sources have told them that there are people inside the organization that is frustrated with Jalen Hurts' play. And that has been the talk of the town. I'll let Auntie speak to it, because I know she's only on here for that. I know that. She would not even be here tonight. If it wasn't for that, if somebody didn't say nothing about nephew, she would not be here. So I'm going to let her open it up.
You ain't got to do me like that. Come on, Dante. Come on, Dante. Come on.
I would let you go ahead, because I know
Oh my goodness. Listen, those who have been anointed always suffer when they walk their path.
Oh,
That's how I really feel about Jalen Hurts. Real talk. Um, I think actually I have to give props to Ike Reese because he said it best today on WIP. Um, that Jalen does what every other quarterback can't do that they expect them to do, whether it's win, make it deep in the playoffs, not throw a bunch of interceptions, whether it's Jackson or Buffalo, Josh Allen, and they just talked about it. But every time he he delivers, and he's delivered since 2022 at a very high clip, and we're still not happy. And a lot of this is manufactured. Good thing. First of all, it's hard to play in Philly as it is. Do they really think trying to swap somebody like a Jalen Hurts out that doesn't feed into all of this? How's that going to work out? You really think Tanner McKee has the spine to be in the spotlight in Philly? Do you?
Mm.
Carson
Listen,
didn't.
no, and I don't know that I think they're taking Jalen's play for granted. I think they're taking him for granted now. Like the way they're painting the picture, some of the callers and all, they're painting this picture as if it's an easy thing to do what Jalen does. I mean, he's making it look easy, but it's not an easy thing to go to 2 Super Bowls and be the most valuable player in both of them, although he was only named in one, and win one of them. It's not an easy thing to do. Then his win-loss record, that's not it. I know that people want to believe that you can just plug anybody into that position that you're going to have the same success, but there's a lot of just look around the league now. Ask Lamar Jackson how many Super Bowls he had. How many Super Bowl have he seen?
Talk
Ask Josh
about it.
Allen. How many Super Bowls have
Ask
you
Joe
seen?
Burrows.
Yes. Ask these people. So these people that they consider haven't even done it. And you think that it's just going to be an easy thing to replace a quarterback like that with a mentality that he has, like Nichelle said, and Ike has pointed out, a quarterback that does all the things that you want him to do. All the things
Hmm.
that you want your quarterback to do. Lead you to wins, win big games, come up
Hmm.
in big games, win a
Hmm.
championship. All these things that
Hmm.
you ask
Don't
your
turn the
quarterback to
ball
do.
over.
Don't turn the ball over. Oh my
yes,
goodness. And
yes.
now he's being penalized. Hey, I'm good. I'm still rocking with my quarterback. And I
I'm a,
think that, I hate the anonymous crap and all that.
mhm.
I think that should be said out loud and not to a reporter so that it can be leaked out. I don't like that whole
It makes things
that
messy.
whole
It
thing.
makes
It
things
does.
messy.
It
It
does.
makes like it's the function inside the locker room when it really isn't. For the record, Jalen Hurts is 31-15 against teams with winning records. That's including the playoffs. He has a .674 winning percentage, which is the highest winning percentage since 1950 at the with a minimum of 15 starts. That's information I have right here that I pulled up. I mean, listen, he's the Tim Duncan of of the
Mm-hmm.
team. They used to call Tim Duncan what the big fundamentals. He was not flashy. Shoot, he's 6'10", and wouldn't dunk. He would just hit off the backboard or lay it up on you. But he was very, very difficult to guard. Jalen Hurts has, he's not throwing up the gaudy numbers that we kind of we gush over, right? He's not put up the 400 yards, the 6 touchdowns, the 3 interceptions. He's being efficient. He's being efficient right now. He's on one of the better one of the better trajectories for NFL quarterbacks because he only have one interception this whole season. This whole
Mm.
we're going. This was week 12. We're going into only one interception. That's very difficult to do. He's the engine that makes this offense go. I know you said Tanner McKee. What can McKee do? There are some attributes that Tanner McKee does not have. Yes, he can throw the ball. He can put it in tight spaces, but he can turn the ball over. He can't get out of a sack. He can't get into making this offense more dynamic. Truthfully, it's kind of an on switch. We gotta stop with the dry play calling. I'm gonna put it that way.
Mm.
Gotta start helping each other with our play calls. What do I mean by that? There are crossing routes. There are out routes. There are hot routes that needs to be ran in this offense to make it more efficient. You can't continue to run hitch routes, which we lead the NFL in for no reason. Predictable running hitch routes. Always running hitch routes. Run some crossers. I still remember when Doug Peterson was here and Nelson Aguilar and Zach Ertz, they was running across. They were so close running the cross route, they tapped each other's hands. That's what they used to do to make sure they was close together running a crossing route as a defender, as a cornerback. That is difficult to defend. I'll tell you that right now. You talking about they talked about AJ not getting open. Those are the things that get your receiver open. Not just running a slant route when everybody know you loves to run a slant route. Not running a hitch route when the whole world know we're running hitch routes. Change up the offensive philosophy for a game and see what happens because you might like what happens.
There was a analyst I heard on the radio. I can't remember his name. I've been sitting here trying to remember, but he pointed out how basic our routes are.
Oh my
And he
goodness.
was just shocked that Sirianni and the offensive coordinator doesn't see the same. Like he said they have got to see that these are remedial routes. And you know what I mean? Like it has no place on the pro level. He said he described their offense as like the plays as high school. He said high school. He said these are high school like plays. And it's just amazing that nobody has realized that these concepts are not going to be successful on the pro level.
But
Well, what have I been saying for 3 seasons?
Offensive coordinator.
And it's like Uggs and flannel. It's been
Yeah.
basic.
Basic.
been.
We on season 3, and we're still here with an offense that is not being fully utilized like it could be consistently. They have their one-offs, but it's just not. It's not consistent. Granted, they made that playoff run last year and they lit everybody up. So we know it's there. And I think we're partially spoiled because we think that's gonna happen every week.
Yeah. It's like having a Lamborghini and you can get on the Autobahn and fully open it up, but you say, you know what, I'm gonna keep it on the local streets. That's what it
Because you
is.
want to preserve it. You want to preserve
Right.
You preserve it by driving it fast.
it.
Collinsworth even made mention to maybe they're doing this purposely, meaning not unleashing the RPOs, because we all know that's Jalen really excels when he runs RPOs, right?
Very
And
much so.
it's confusing to me that we don't see that as much anymore. Like why don't we? And Collinsworth alluded to the fact that he thinks that they're saving it to
For the
unleash it
playoffs.
for the playoffs. I hope that's not the case. I really don't. I really don't. But you know, when you look at last year, maybe it has some truth to it because we didn't see the offense explode until the playoffs last year.
I mean, it
Right.
was a running offense all year, but we didn't really see the balance and how dangerous the
Right.
offense as a whole could be, especially into the NFC Championship game, where not only was Saquon going off, but the passing game was clicking, and especially in a Super Bowl when we had to pick up the slack for Saquon Barkley because the Chiefs dedicated their defense to stop Saquon. You know, it's a balance that has to be maintained with this offense. We get by right now because of the talent and the ability that we have and the great defense that has picked up their play, especially in the last 2 weeks. You know, you play these top 5 scoring offenses and you just keep them to their lows of the year, period. If we're going to be that type of team into the playoffs, then create some push plays, create some splash plays in between. The offense needs to help the defense to be more successful moving forward.
I think I'm gonna send him my play sheet from Madden. I'm gonna send him my playbook from Madden. Maybe they'll give some ideas. I mean, they got better better pass routes on Madden than these guys have, and they're the professionals. Come on, man. Come on. It's an easy fix. Go to Madden, go to Eagles, right? And take some of those plays off of there.
Go to college football and get some news plays.
Yeah. We need some fresh we need fresh minds in the room. I don't know what's holding it back. I wonder, I could only wonder. I wonder if Patullo's looking at this playbook like, oh, I would love to do that, so I would love to do that, and he's being handcuffed. I don't know. I don't know what's happening.
What did he say last season? Oh, they took the straitjacket off me.
Right. Yep. You're right. Yep.
He dropped a gem right there. What does that mean? Come on. See, people will be listening to the stuff he says.
Yeah.
They just listen to the pundits. You know what I mean? No. He said, yeah, they let me out my straitjacket. I know that was, colloquialism for saying I went off. I went crazy. I get it. I get the joke too. But at the same time, there's a slight in there. Like, I could always go off if I wanted to.
But you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. At this point of the season, at 8-2, a win is a win, and I just saw somebody just put it up there. It doesn't matter if you win by 50 points or you win by 1 point. What happens is you get a W in that win column, and that's the most important thing. Continue to win the turnover margin. Continue not giving the ball away. One thing we definitely need to start picking up on. I know we're talking about the offense and the whole, the receivers and this and that, but we neglect to say that what's really hindering this offense is our run game not being present. We have no run game whatsoever, and in a couple plays here and there, if the blockers were held on to their blocks a little bit longer, we could have broke a couple things. But truth be told, we are a running team that feeds on the run to open everything else up. And without that happening right now, you're seeing a lot of things that normally would be wide open, not wide open.
Yeah, and the O-line has had their moments of playing mid.
Oh,
let's be real about it.
A lot of moments. Way more moments this year than they had all of last year. Well, let me go to this in this quarter. In the next quarter, I'll tell you what I heard Mike Mayock say about this offense. All right.
And that's the end of the quarter.
All right, you're watching Eagles Talk, upon further review, where we recap the Eagles' last game, and that was against the Detroit Lions. They were victorious, 16-9. And we do so in such a relaxed manner that we enjoy our favorite adult beverage in the form of shots. Today, I have nothing. I have nothing. So Pat is doing the triple, Jameson triple. And Nichelle, if you have any.
I'm just doing lemonade because I haven't eaten, so
just doing
I don't want to be sitting up here WGW.
All right, guys, you let me know what you're doing out there. And let's take a shot to our Philadelphia Eagles. Down the hatch. 3, 2, 1.
You're now listening to the second quarter.
All right, so Mike Mayock, X&O's former GM of the Raiders, comes on WIP, goes over what he saw in the game film, and he, concerning the blame that they're trying to put on Jalen, right? He said, I'll just give you stats or what I've seen from the film. And he pointed out all of the errors made by everybody on the offense, not just Jalen. He pointed out the fact that the wide receivers got no separation all day and that they were being covered by non-Pro Bowlers. He said, can you name me the D-backs from the Detroit Lions? No. He said, I can name them. One of them we drafted. Good, sticky corner, 5'8", such, not a Pro Bowler. Then he
Mhm.
named the other guy. Good guy, great man-to-man coverage, also not a Pro Bowler. And these wide receivers got no separation. There was no plays where they had any separation in that game. And they were being played without help over the top. So they were strictly being stick man for man. And our receivers could not get any separation. All right, so there's a place where we might want to start, right? The offensive line didn't play. We know that all year. They have not been that dominant force they have been in recent years past, right? They're way off their game. When we look at the numbers from the rushing game, we look at their individual numbers, they're not the same unit. And we know they're banged up, but they missed some assignments also. And then we talk about the play calling, not the greatest. In that package we had with double tight ends, most of the time we had Grant Calaterra in on a lot of running plays, and we know he's not a blocking tight end, right? But he was called on to do some very important blocking in the run scheme on Sunday, and that was not successful. So his point was, and along with Jalen was inconsistent for the most part of the game. So he was just pointing out the fact that this is something that doesn't fall on one person's shoulder. Everyone on that offense needs to up their play.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone. So, I don't know if we can point it to one thing. I think that the offensive line is definitely a good place to start because that's the foundation of our team on both sides of the ball. Is the line, right? We start with the line. And this line, when we've been successful, has been a dominant line. This year, not so much so. Injuries here and there. Hopefully they can get it together. But even when that happens, we have to have better play design than what we have.
I definitely want to go back to what Pat said about the route running because the name that never gets mentioned that should be when it comes to the receivers should be Aaron Moorhead.
Uh-huh. Yep.
He gets no smoke, and he should be getting smoke for the way they run their routes.
Mm-hmm.
I love that statement, Nichelle. I love that statement.
Zero smoke
But
for having them tuned up.
But also, let's think of it like this: Randy Moss won on his routes about 40% of the time. Of those 40% of the time, there were the big catches, the highlight reels, the ones that got him over 100 yards and stuff like that, right? But the other 60% of the time, he was covered. He was completely covered. Right now, we're seeing a route tree or a progression of our offensive play calling that's not conducive to our wide receivers. Our wide receivers are not straight up burners. They can, when they get the ball in their hand, yes, they can separate at any time. I mean, right now, our receiver separation rate is at 1.9, which is 25th in the league, right? But at the same time, when you don't, your play design is filling your stars. Let's be honest.
And it
Your
has
play
been. And
design.
it has been.
They had one play which I love where they got one-on-one with Saquon Barkley and a linebacker. No linebacker except for maybe two linebackers I can think of in the league could cover Saquon Barkley. I mean, it was a missed pass by Jalen. Yes, I do agree. It was a missed pass by Jalen. He doesn't miss many deep passes like that. But we need to go back to that. Move Saquon out. If we're not going to run the ball, move him out. Give him in the pass game. Don't just have him back there trying to pass block and then release, and have him in the pass game so you can open things up in the middle. We don't utilize the middle of the field at all.
Ever.
This last pass stem chart, all you saw one route over the middle. Everything else is hitches. And I told you, all we run is hitches. If a corner sees that on tape, and I know no matter how hard you pushing off the line of scrimmage at 7 yards, you're hitching. I'm not getting the full back paddle. I'm squaring myself up and getting ready to dive on that hitch, make a play on that hitch, and that's what those cornerbacks did. They was completely the corners, even though we're backup, they didn't know who they were. They're coached properly. They understood the route concepts that the Eagles were throwing at them, and they took full advantage of that.
I wanted to
Interesting.
put this comment up for Brad. He asked if there was a time where we talk about replacing like
Yeah,
our
what are you
winning
talking about?
QB. No, but he kind of has a point. There was a time, it was like the pre-McNabb era, that we wasn't trying to get rid of Randall and Jaworski like that. Like, in terms of the fodder of either Eagles fans, Pat, you may not remember, but I do. And it
I,
wasn't
re-
it wasn't it
I
wasn't it
remember.
wasn't that serious.
I
In
remember
this
us trying to
modern
get rid of
day,
Tom McNabb for a
this
very long
modern
period of
day
time.
media area, yeah, people are on there talking about getting rid of our Super Bowl MVP. Like, what?
Yeah, that's
I don't care
ridiculous.
what he says or does at this point. Do you, Jalen? You earn the right. Period. End of story.
I get it. It was a period of time. You do remember it was a period of time where they said that Donovan McNabb wasn't the quarterback for the Philadelphia Eagles. We needed to draft somebody. We needed to trade Donovan McNabb. He's not that. He's not this. They dogged Donovan McNabb since he came to Philadelphia, and he's just still our franchise leader, the best quarterback in our franchise. Even though he didn't win a Super
Yep.
Bowl, he got us to the most NFC Championship games. He put up good numbers here in the Eagles jersey without having the receivers. Without having the
Yeah,
receivers. Just
yeah.
imagine if he had TL for a good 5 years.
hmm And that's why we need to get this together, because this unit is too talented to be talking about breaking it up.
Hmm.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think that we help the team out by getting rid of such talented players. I don't think I can't see how that adds to the team. I really don't. I don't see anything that deep. And granted, I'm not in the locker room. I don't know what the mood is inside that locker room. But I just don't think that that's the route to go. I think we need to work this out. This is not our first rodeo.
Facts.
You
No.
know, this is not, we go through this every year. If you're an Eagle fan, you almost expect this, right?
Yeah.
like,
Ain't
Unfortunately.
that sad? But that's
like
sad. Come on, y'all. That's sad.
Dark
it-
Knight, Nichelle. I gotta say this before we even get close to end this quarter because I want to talk about positive stuff. Positive stuff is the cornerstone of our defense. That's the positive things, right?
yeah.
But the one thing I heard today, and yes, I was recovering from my birthday. Thank you for all the birthday love. I appreciate it.
Yes. Throw it up for Pat's birthday.
Yes,
Yes.
I count on the gray hairs now. One thing I heard which was idiotic, and I read it. It said it's not AJ and Jalen Hurts that's beefing; it's their wives that are beefing.
Oh, I saw something on that.
I
Was that,
just, I
what is that
Period.
credible?
No,
I don't think. See, everybody
no.
always trying to drag women into stuff. They ain't got nothing to do with. Mm-mm. No, it doesn't.
It's the
No,
damn
it
women. I
doesn't.
knew it.
I've heard AJ talk. He talked like a woman. So stop playing with men.
No, I'm not. I'm not blaming on it. I'm not blaming on it. But the
Mm-mm.
comments,
I
No.
knew it was them
the
damn women. I
stories are being
knew it.
made up about nothing.
Dante
Like
trying to
we
catch the
are
case.
winning. I understand that AJ only has 400 yards going into week 12, and Devontae has a little bit over almost 500 yards. I mean, listen, it's not enough balls to go around. First of all, second of all, our concepts are terrible, and third of all, I mean, we're not running the ball efficiently, but we're still winning the games.
Look, all I know is let your husband don't throw my husband the ball. It's gonna be a problem, girl. After this game, we gonna talk. Okay? Okay?
You
Let him
know
not throw him the
you
ball
need
because he's
Oh,
always open. He's always open. You know his name. You better know his name.
I can't with this. I can't with this conversation.
I don't
I
even want to
knew it.
talk to
I
y'all
knew
right
it.
Uh,
That's
now.
what I thought. That's what I was figuring this whole thing out. I CSI'd. I CSI'd it. And I knew it was something about them damn women. I knew it. No, I'm only kidding. I don't even want to put that out there. I did see that. I don't know if that has any credibility or anything. Scott, I
Zero
know you reported,
credibility.
but Yeah,
People
I
are so
heard.
petty.
Yeah,
They just can't accept that,
they can't.
maybe one of the two, I'm not going to say which one, is acting like a woman.
Well,
Acting like, or no, not
you already
even.
said it. You already said it. But we be all right. We be all
Oh
right.
no!
Listen,
All right, let me bring in our fourth co-host. That's everybody in the room. Guys, thanks for joining us, man. We appreciate the support always. The first person in the room tonight was Jeremiah. He's back on top. Oh man, I was worried about you, Jeremiah.
Jeremiah.
You wasn't
Where is
first
Jeremiah?
one of those shows. I was like, what's wrong with Jeremiah? All right, but he's back. And John Batiste was second. He says South Carolina
Woo.
Bird Gang checking in. Susan's back again. What's up, Susan? Susan be having a lot to say. Rachel's in the house. Hey, fam, what's up?
What up?
What's up, Rachel?
What did it do though?
Everybody's in the house. And the more common.
I'm sorry.
Look, see?
I'm sorry.
I ain't say that. That was Sarah. That
Y'all
was
gotta
Simon.
stop. Y'all
I mean,
gotta
Susan, I'm
stop
sorry.
this.
I know our Bobby Mack says, I know our offense is suspect right now, but the OC needs to get the right plays to make us go. But the media is reaching for any and everything at this point. It's their job, man.
It is.
And
It
you know what I
is.
mean? Like, especially, and I listen to a lot of sports talk. They don't have a career if there's nothing to talk about. And you know you have those cycles where it may be a little slow news cycles. So something like this is bound to get attention. It's bound to get attention. And I think that's what you have. You don't have anything. Well, we do have something to complain about. I'm about to say you don't have anything else to complain about. But we do. We have the office to complain about. But outside of that, this is a winning team. Why are we so worked up? This is a 8-2
Period.
team, and when you talk about Jalen, right? He says keep the main thing the main thing. We probably need to take a page out of Jalen's book because the main thing is winning football games. That's the main thing.
We're the reigning champs, and we talk like we just got here.
Right. That part.
It is something to behold. But you know what? Since we're about to end this
Something to
quarter, we
behold.
gotta get ready. We gotta get ready. Are y'all ready for this week? I don't think y'all ready
Yes.
for this week.
Oh, here we go. We're gonna get B Dog on a Thursday night. It's his birthday.
It's not even Sunday. It's his birthday. It's his birthday.
Yeah, I've been.
We
had to
ain't even
recover
here,
today.
Pat.
Huh? You didn't hear it?
We ain't even here. Nope.
Oh man, what happened? I
You
guess
ain't turning it up.
I did not turn it up. Let me do it one more again.
Nope, we can't hear him.
Can't hear it. That's the most best thing in the
Technical
world.
difficulties.
Technical difficulties.
I gotta send it to you to put on a soundboard.
Yeah. But anyway, we're 8-2. The main thing is winning football games, and we do that, and Jalen does that at a high clip. So what are we talking about?
Nothing.
Is he Pat Mahomes? No, but who is? You know what I'm saying? Like y'all compare him to people
Pat
that
Mahomes ain't Pat Mahomes. So
Pat
stop playing
Mahomes not
with
even
me.
Pat Mahomes.
Not right
What
now.
are we complaining about? He's not Tom Brady. There's not a lot of Tom Brady's out there. You know what I'm saying? What are you talking about? Let's appreciate him for who he is. A winning quarterback, a Super Bowl winning quarterback, a Super Bowl MVP. What are we doing? And he's the head of our football team. And he has one interception, one turnover this year. Well, one interception this year.
Two fumbles. He got two fumbles, unfortunately.
I mean, still, look at all the other that you rate higher than him. They have more turnovers than he does. And he's playing on a winning team. And the offense sucks. And we still 8-2. Are you guys kidding me? The main thing is winning, and we're doing that. And believe
let
me.
our offense get hot. That's
Yes,
gonna be
I'm
a
about to
problem.
say it's coming. It's coming. This team it's not over. How soon we forget. How soon we forget the team we were last year. How soon and we understand the circumstances. We're a little banged up. But we have the exact same nucleus on offense that we had that won a Super Bowl, that blew out 2 teams on their way to a Super Bowl. That we still have that offense.
Yep.
We still have those players. Those players, and I'm not talking about old, decrepit players. These players are in their prime. AJ 28, Devontae younger than that, Jalen's younger than that. Saquon's around 27, 28. We have some very talented players in position, and they have not forgotten how to play football.
They're in their
They're
prime
going to
right
work this out.
now. Yes,
They're
sir,
going to
they-
work this out.
And at 8-2, that's what 8-2. What we talking about? What we really talking about? We lost.
know.
We lost one game against the Broncos where we should have won. I give that to the Broncos. They came back and won that game. The next game we got mighty whopped. We came in there and didn't understand how much they needed that game with the Giants, and we slept walking on them. So after that, we put our head down with the work. This defense has stepped up. Vic Fangio has allowed 9 passing touchdowns. 9 passing touchdowns. Listen, you play quarterbacks such as Patrick Mahomes, Matthew Stafford, Baker Mayfield, Dak Prescott the first game, Jared Goff, Jared Goff and Jordan Love. Those are premier quarterbacks you played, and you only allowed a total of 9 passing touchdowns, which is number 1 in the league today.
And this defense is playing. Well, we'll talk about it in the next quarter. Let me end this quarter.
And that's the end of the quarter.
All right, you're watching Eagles Talk, the #1 Eagles coverage show on Facebook that's by us Eagles fans and for us Eagles fans. And here on Eagles Talk, we like to talk about our favorite football team, that is the Philadelphia Eagles. We do so in such a relaxed manner that we enjoy our favorite adult beverage in the form of shots. I have nothing. Pat has the Jameson mash.
Triple.
Wawa lemonade.
Triple he has. So he's going to be taking the shots for us as a team. Here we go. So, and for his birthday too. Happy belated. Everybody down the hatch. 3, 2, 1.
You're now listening to the third quarter.
Yeah, if we're going to talk about anything positive, then we have to switch to the defensive side of the ball, because that is the most positive aspect of our team right now. This team as a defense is playing very close to last year's #1 defense, right? I think that I said before the season that I think that this defense can get back to where they were last year, and if they do so, it'll be a more dangerous defense. And why did I say that back then? And it rings true now, because we're younger now. Like the players we lost were veterans, right? And we've lost them and we replaced them, and then are closing in on being at the same level of play, but now with a more youthful nucleus. So that to me is even better than last year's defense, to get this team back to that level with the young pieces that we've infused into this defense. This is incredible, man. Vic is doing it again. And as long as, I think the key to it is Vic has the voice of the front office. He handpicks his people for the most part. He handpicked Jalen Phillips. He played for Vic when he was in Miami.
Yep.
Vic knew what he was getting with this guy. He handpicked him. Vic has done some amazing things with this defense. And not only him, because you have to go to the staff, just like you gave adequate blame to the receivers coach. Vic has some outstanding position coaches on the defensive side of the ball. You can tell by the way they're prepared and the way each group plays. It's not because of a lack of development. I think that the defensive staff does an excellent job at developing those players, man. And you see people improve on the defense. And again, hats off to Vic. And that's who I'm hanging my hat on, is the defense. We have a championship level defense, if you ask me.
I love the D-line coach. I love him. I love his energy. I love everything he brings. So I absolutely am 100% in agreement with that.
Yeah, I 100% agree with everything you're saying. This defensive line has come alive, and Jalen Phillips is one that brought it to where we are right now. These last 2 games, his ability to be there at every single down is what we've been missing since, I guess since Josh Sweat. But he has more ability. I say he has more ability than Josh Sweat. At 6'4", 267 pounds, he brings something to that. He made Penny Sue, who's one of the elite tackles, look foolish. All right.
Yeah.
On that, was it a fourth down stand? That he blew Penny Sewell up, who they always tout as one of the best tackles in the NFL. He made him look like he was a rookie. And this is a guy coming from Miami who actually says, this is the best thing that happened to him because he wants to play football. You got to understand his story. He went to Oregon and he had concussion issues. Let's say if you take one more hit to the head, he's not going to be able to continue to play football. He got drafted with the Miami Dolphins. He had a heck of a first season. His next season, he blew his knee out. I mean, he blew his Achilles out. The season after that, he blew his knee out. They called him a bust. But at the same time, the ability is there. Mixed that with Nolan Smith, his relentlessness, Brandon Graham's leadership, Jalen Phillips just being Jalen Carter starting to come around to being a dominant defensive tackle like he was last year. And I ain't even talking about my boy Jordan Davis, who got defensive player of the week.
Mhm.
He had like 3 pass blocks. He was playing volleyball out there. They made Jared Goff look pedestrian. He basically said, when they came up to the line of scrimmage and they thought they had some things going right, and he blocked their first pass, the second pass, it's like I felt as though I couldn't get anything around him. He made things happen, Jordan Davis. And the Kobe Dean being inserted into that defense. I love Jahad Cameron. I said this before, but it's something that the Kobe Dean brings to that defense. It's to the intelligence, the ability to film study and understand that if I know I can shoot this gap and make that play. I said this on the pregame,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
Also, the last 2 weeks, N'Kobe Dean has been on one-on-one blitz pickups with their top-notch running backs. Last week was Josh Jacobs, and he blew Josh Jacobs up for a sack. This past week, it was David Montgomery, and he blew David Montgomery up for a sack on Jared Goff. You can't quantify that. You can't put that in a spirit and say, you know what? Nah. The athlete that we have in Jahad Cameron needs to be there. No. N'Kobe Dean is playing because he has the ability and he know what it is to play that backer spot.
He's surgical. And
Yeah.
that's the best person for Jihad to learn from.
Yes.
Right. Exactly.
So it all works. It
And
all
Yeah.
works.
I got to throw you something out there real quick. Let me just throw this out there real quick. It's gonna blow your mind. We know Adoree Jackson gave up a big touchdown across the middle. We saw that, and when I saw the play, I know the safety kid came down and made a play, but he was also double teaming over the middle. That was great, a route connection right there. That's whatever. But Eagles cornerback Adoree Jackson matched up with the Lions wide receiver Amon St. Brown on 11 plays, most among Philadelphia secondary players. Jackson allowed 1 reception for 8 yards on 5 targets. So even though we know that Adoree Jackson may not be our legit number 2, he is sufficient right now at that number 2 spot, and he's been playing very, very, very good despite what we have seen on those splash plays.
Well,
Mhm.
a pass rusher help out the secondary every day of the week.
Damn right.
And I think it's done wonders for Adoree Jackson. He has been playing better as of late since the better play from the pass rush, the defensive line.
He be
He's played
stressing me
better.
out.
Yeah, yeah, he
He
is
be
still,
stressing me out.
yeah,
I'm like, why is he out there? He gets hurt.
for real. That's real talk. JT, stop it. Dante don't like JD pass.
I don't want to look
That
up for that one.
that was when he was playing like a bust. He's not doing that anymore. He actually committed himself to be in better shape. He's in his best shape of his career, and now he's playing like what we expected when we drafted him. He wasn't playing up to that level. He couldn't even play that much. before. Now he's in condition. He's playing. This is his best season by far. By far, this is his best season.
Definitely.
So I never not liked him. I just didn't think he was playing up to his potential. And now he is. So now I love him. Now I love him. I love Jalen Carter. I love Phillips. I love our D line now. I love our D line, and they are getting pressure. They're getting the pressure that Vic likes to get from his front four. Right?
He said
Allows
Burn
him
Berry
to do
2.0.
it allows him to do other things in coverage, and that's why we're so dangerous, man. That's why we're so dangerous. We have some talented players on the defensive side of the
Yes, we
ball,
do.
and that's one side of the ball that
We ain't even
play
talking
like
about Q.
brothers.
We ain't
I
talking
know.
about Q.
He's already a top 3 cornerback
two.
in the league
Top
in his
2.
second year.
Top two.
Top 2
He had 4
cornerbacks.
He's a beast.
targets. He had 4 targets. Well, he had Amon St. Brown lined up good. Anytime he lined up, the ball wasn't coming that way. He 4 targets went his way. He had 2 pass breakups.
Yeah.
That's a lockdown corner, man.
He was killing. Yeah. And oh my goodness, when is the last time we saw one of those on the Eagles? Wow. We got to go
Asante
way
Samuels?
back. Asante.
But Asante wasn't. I mean, he was good at making interceptions. These guys don't make interceptions. We need some picks.
Yeah, I know.
We need
don't
some
get
picks. We
Nah,
need picks.
they'll make sure you won't catch it, but they won't catch it either.
We need that money. That's that money
I
right
know.
there.
That's Makuba. Makuba going. He's that dude. So
He has been
slowly
playing
getting-
better. Vic
Yeah.
Fangio said, you know what? He is no longer. I no longer consider Andrew Makuba a rookie. He has played 11 NFL pro games. He has made his mistakes. He said one of his coaches back in the day said, when you play a rookie, you can guarantee a loss for playing that rookie. He has that loss. He has that downside. Now he understands what he needs to do as a safety. He needs to be the deepest person on that field, and he needs to make plays when the plays to be made. He's a solid tackler for what he weighs, and I hate to knock on. I mean, pause and no diddy. He brings the wood when he makes a tackle. Now, once he started getting more confident in what he's doing at that safety position, he's going to be an outstanding safety for us.
And he's going to be a ball hawk. He has to. He's the guy that can catch in the backfield. He can catch. Dejean can catch. Q, outstanding cover, but he can't catch, boy. That's why I see why he's. I see why he a D-back. They said D-backs are wide receivers that can't catch.
You remember the Little Giants?
Don't be doing Q like that. Don't be messy like that.
He's right. He's like the wide receiver for the Little Giants. You remember the Little Giants? He can get open. He has faster than everybody on the field. But for some reason, he could not catch the ball until they said visualize his toilet paper. And he visualized toilet paper and start catching everything. They're going to put stick him on his
that's
gloves.
what we need to tell Q to visualize toilet paper. Because but no, Q is outstanding. Like I said, he's probably going to be all pro. Not Pro Bowl. I'm talking about all pro. That's how good he's playing.
Definitely.
He should definitely be first team all pro. And back to your point about Jalen Phillips against Sewell, that was impressive.
Yeah.
Sewell is they already have this guy in the Hall of Fame. They already have Sewell going to the Hall of Fame. And Phillips made him look bad on more than one occasion. And that was impressive too. We have our edge rusher now. We were missing an edge rusher. They have filled that spot, and they filled it in a big way. And since he's been here, you've seen the change in the defense.
Yes.
Facts.
I'm sorry to cut you off, DarkKnight, but listen, when you talk about defense, that's my forte. That's the thing that I love. Like, I'm sorry, this is what not only has he helped this defensive line, but everybody else has stepped the game up. Jalen Hunt has stepped his game up. He had a night last week. He had 6 pressures, 5 QB hits, 1 hurry. He had a 16.7 win rate that led the team. He was in Jared Goff's face all night. Jalen Hunt, like, this is a product of bringing one player there. Now, I know we need to talk about the Dallas Cowboys, and we will talk about them because they did add some monsters to their defensive front.
Yeah.
But one thing that I know for sure, 2 things for certain, when you win on the edge, and you can't double team up front, you gonna start winning up front. And when you start
Yeah.
winning up front, listen, if you're not getting the ball out in 3 seconds, that's curtains for the next people that we're gonna go get.
That
Curtain.
that is so on point. This D line is scary. I mean, you go across that D line, man, it's scary. Who do you double team? Because everybody's playing at a high level right now.
Yeah.
So somebody's going to eat, and they've been doing it the past 2 weeks, and they've not brought the quarterback down as to the ground as much as I would like to see it, but the pressures
Oh,
count also. The pressure counts also, right? So they've
He's
been
like, they're
getting the
not breaking
quarterback
enough
pressures,
bones. I feel you.
yeah, yeah.
but I love it, man. I love it. This defensive front is playing at a high level. The defense as a whole is playing as a unit, and I'm telling you, I don't want to go overboard, but I really think that this is like the 2001 Baltimore Ravens,
Ooh.
meaning like I'm not saying the defense is on that level yet, but I'm saying that team was led by their defense. They didn't have that was Trent Dilfer, right? So they didn't have a explosive offense, but their defense definitely carried. And I think that this defense here is that type of defense that they could carry this team, right? I don't want them to have to, carry such a heavy load. I like the offense to show up and, like I said in the pregame last on Sunday, put something to it. The defense pulling up, they picking up the whole tab. So you gotta leave a tip or something. You gotta leave. You know what I mean? The defense is picking up the whole tab
Freeloading, huh?
at Eddie V's. You know what I'm saying?
Listen,
At
I
Capitol
know that
Grill, they
all.
picking
I
up
know
the
that's
whole
right. I
tab.
want to go to Eddie V's.
Listen, I know
And
that all too well.
all
Let's
you
pick
need
up.
to do
Let's
is
take
leave the
leave the
tip.
tip. If you don't leave the tip, I'm
Yeah.
leaving you.
Oh,
Hey,
come on.
you got in this quarter, man.
All right. And that's the end of this
And
quarter.
that's the end of the quarter.
All right. Watching Eagles Talk, the most unique Eagles coverage show around. That's by us Eagles fans and for us Eagles fans. And here on Eagles Talk, we like to talk about our favorite football team. That is the Philadelphia Eagles. We do so in such a relaxed manner that we enjoy our favorite adult beverage in the form of shots. I have nothing. Pat has the Jameson triple. And
Mhm.
Mel has the Wawa lemonade. So remember, if you're an adult, you have a beverage, then you have an adult beverage. So let's take this shot to our Philadelphia Eagles. Down the hatch. 3, 2, 1.
You're now listening to the fourth quarter.
All right, it's this Cow Turds week.
It is.
We've been talking so much about the Jalen and all that. You guys are losing focus here. This is Cowboys week. We're not even talking about the Cowboys. We talk about practice. No, I'm only kidding. We're not even talking about the Cowboys this week. We talk about what's going on in the locker room. It's our biggest rival, the Cow Turds, and we need every win. This is not a time to go on vacation. We beat the 2 Giants, and now we relax. No, there's not any time to relax. Now that we have the number 1 seed, we need to secure it. We need to take care of the games that we're supposed to take care of, and this is one of them, right? People are saying that this should be a cure all for our offense because their defense is not that great. But to Pat's point, they've added some players up front, and they have been playing a little better as of late. So I wouldn't take them completely lightly, but we should have. I hope that the offense can show up.
I think they're going to show
Yeah.
up. The offense is definitely going to show up, and I think that um, so much of this is so overblown when our offense has always been, besides the revolving door of the offensive coordinator, we've had some other coordinators that have been in and out of here too. We struggled on special teams before, losing Kelsey and then not being healthy on the line. It's just a perfect storm of things that don't always go right. But to your point earlier, we win in spite of all of that. So I have full faith that, they're clutch people and they don't get ruffled. Even when they're down, they could be down 20 points. Do they look stressed on the sideline? They look serious, but they
Yeah,
don't look stressed.
Yeah, I agree with that. They can overcome with this defense. They can overcome pretty much what's thrown at them. I know the Kyle Turrs, they added some all pros, Quentin Williams, Kenny Clark, two interior defensive tackles that are monsters. Logan Wilson, who's taking over more or less some of the duties from Kenneth Murray, who has been trash. But their secondary is still trash. All right, their secondary, even though they got a guy back in I can't even know this guy's name. Um, Shavon Revel Jr. They're still susceptible to the secondary.
Hmm.
I'm not worried about the Dallas Cowboys. We have to play our game. We play our game like we have played the past 2 weeks, where we limited, the top 5 offenses to less than 11 points. Right?
Period.
I think we could stay in this game and win this game down in Dallas. I understand that we don't have Lane Johnson. He's going to be out to the playoffs. We heard those reports all week. We get that, and we know how we play when we don't have Lane Johnson. Our record's like 15-23. But Fred Johnson is going to take his position.
Hmm.
You know the record with
He
Fred
can rest
Johnson
up.
playing
what is it?
5-1 starting.
All right, there you go. We
So
all
Johnson and Johnson is a Johnson and
right.
Johnson connection. It's a reason why we brought him back. Why how we brought him back, because he is very viable as that replacement tackle on
Yes.
both sides.
Yep.
And now that he has a week F practice playing that right side, he know his responsibility. We need to pick it. It's not we have to. It's not. I think he's gonna pick it up. They know they have to pick it up and be better than what they were last week, the week before.
Yeah, I
The
think
run
that
blocking is trash. That's all I want to say. Sorry,
Say it
Dante.
again.
Carry
It's,
on. The run
it's,
blocking is trash.
it is. It is terrible. It is terrible. And it could be a thing that we're missing Makai back then. It could be that simple. But
yeah.
at the end of the day,
Period.
you are a pro. You are a pro. You are a pro. You get paid this. You get paid that. If you don't start doing nothing, we're going to kick your ass out of here and put somebody else in there that really want to roadblock for our Philadelphia Eagle running back.
Well, that's the scary part, because if there was somebody who really could block, I think they would be in there. So,
We
you
got
know what I'm
people
saying?
there.
That's the scary part, is that I no, don't get me wrong. I trust Fred Johnson. Toth, I feel a little bit better after seeing him with a week of preparation. He looks like a
He
completely
can't tush push.
different person. Yeah, he can't do that. He looks serviceable when he's had a week of preparation. Prior to that, when he was had to go in and take someone's spot, he looked horrible. Um,
Mm.
that being said, the test again is going to be on our defense, because this Dallas offense does put up points. They may not be able to stop people, but they are able to put up points. So it's going to be another tough test for the defense, man, and we can see if they can do it for a third week in a row. I think this Dallas defense was even ranked higher than the Green Bay. I mean, Dallas offense. I think this Dallas offense was rated even higher than Green Bay's offense.
I
So
think
this
Green
is
Bay's
another.
was no. Lions was number 2. Green Bay was no. Lions was number 5. Green Bay was number 2.
Yeah, Dallas was in the top 5 too.
Yeah, there might have been like
So
4 or 3. Or something.
so it's another test. It's another test for the defense. But let's not make it that tough. If
Mm-hmm.
we can get some points on the board, you know what I'm saying? The defense, I mean, the past 2 weeks have just been phenomenal. I mean, 2 of the top 5 offenses didn't even get into double digits. That's huge. That's the biggest defensive stat that I pay attention to is points allowed per game.
Yeah,
To me, that's
Hmm.
even more important than yards allowed and all that. Points allowed is the biggest defensive stat, and this defense has held
Facts.
two of the top 5 offenses to less than double digits. And we got another test coming. We got 2 wide receivers here that are very good. big, tall guys, physical receivers. Dak has enjoyed a great year thus far throwing the ball to these guys. Even when CD went down, Pickens picked it up and led the league in receiving the weeks that he took CD's spot. That is an offense that we do have to worry about. So I hope our defense does come to play again because we're going to need them again, especially with the way the offense has been playing the past 2 games and big games too. And now, I mean, what do we think if we have the same type of offense as showing against a Dallas defense that we think we should do well against? If we have the same type of showing, what does it look like around here? What's the talk going to be? It's going to be worse.
It's going to be terrible.
Yes.
It's going to be terrible. Listen, I know it's an NFC East. It's an NFC East battle. It's it's always a tougher game when you play against your NFC East rivals. Because they say the Giants is our rivals. They're not our rivals this year. It's more or less Dallas Cowboys has been our rivals for the past 5 years. All right, and the thing about it is that if we don't come to play against this Dak-led football team, they're going to go out there and try to score 40 points against us. They're going to try to put the everybody on notice that they're back or something like that. And we can't allow that. We can never allow that. And before we go past me, I'm gonna stop talking after this because I'm ranting right now. That ref situation when we call it the pass interference, all right, they called it on the wrong person. Dallas Goddard was getting mauled.
Yeah.
10 yards downfield. That's where it should have been called. So he accidentally called it on the wrong person. What pity we can do? It is what it is. Throw it out the window.
Yeah. We'll take it. We, sometimes we're on the other end of that.
Yeah.
We recognize that, they go both ways sometimes. That first Giants game, the second one was horrible on both sides. There was some calls I was like, dang, I would be mad as hell if I was a Giants fan. But I think that we're going to be successful. We, every week, it's watching our offense, the box of chocolates. Just don't know what you're going to get until the game starts. You just don't know. Our offense has no identity. This is kind of weird for our team. Like in the past 3-4 years, we've had an identity. We don't have an identity on offense. You know what our identity is of the current moment? It's bad. That's a bad offense. That's our identity. Our identity is a bad offense. I haven't seen.
I wouldn't say bad. It's just not as productive as it should be because there is some bad offense out there.
We're
in those categories.
We're
Look at our
number
numbers.
1 in the NFC. Stop playing with me, Dante.
I'm just
Stop
saying we're up there in
you
3 and
can't
out.
be bad and not be number 1. It just doesn't work that way.
That's crazy that you say that. How bad this offense has been, how bad some aspects of the team has been. We're number 1 in the NFC.
Not the East, the NFC.
Yes,
we're number 1 in the whole NFC. I mean, I get Denver is number 1 over there in the AFC. They got that. They play well.
They balling. Let's call it what it is.
We have put a crappy product on the field week in and week out, but we left that field with more questions than answers, but with a W.
Yes, we did. Yes, and that's the main thing. And we keep the main thing. We're 8-2, people. Cheer up. Cheer up. Soon as the offense joins the party, they'll be joining shortly. We had to wait for this. They're like our offense is like Nichelle. They'll be here before the season is over. Don't worry about it. They'll be here.
Let me see what he says.
That's how you doing me, Dante. You see how Dante do me?
They'll be here.
Let me see if you can hear this, because I did change it up.
It's like choppy.
No, it's choppy.
Oh wow, that's crazy. Okay, all right. Well,
all right, yeah. Send me that so I can have it on here by Sunday.
I gotta see you, Brian Dawkins too. Can you hear Brian Dawkins?
Mm-mm.
Oh, that's why I thought you was playing the first time.
No,
It sounds muffled.
I don't know what's going on. This thing hasn't been moved. But you know what? It's my birthday. I don't care. I had a great week with the W.
Good.
I listened to talk show radio, and it's the most frustrating hair pulling out thing in the world. But at the same time, I love my Eagles. I love everything that's being said, regardless of how negative or positive it is, because we're winning.
Period.
Yeah.
My board is drunk. Yes, my board is drunk. Shout out to you.
Some of them were talking about last week why the Rams getting all the praise, Eagles getting the hate. I know, right? Good point, Eddie. Good point. They hate on us. And we use all that. We use all that to make championship runs. So, we love it. When you think about it, if you ain't got no haters, you must be doing something wrong. We got plenty of them. So, yeah, you ain't popping. We got haters. So we must be doing something right. We got a whole lot of them. We got a whole lot of them. All right, we're going to get out of here. We're going to be back on Sunday, though. What time is our game on Sunday? 4 o'clock.
4:25.
4:25.
Game of America.
Yeah, so we'll be here 3:25, and we'll be pre-gaming, getting ready for the showdown against the Cow Turds. It's Cow Turd week. We're out of here. We'll see you guys on Sunday. Enjoy the rest of the week. Peace.
We go live in 5.